Why hello there, welcome to another Mod of the Day showcase video. Today we're doing something a wee bit different. We're showcasing a graphics replacer, which we haven't really done too many of recently. In fact, it's been over a year since we last showcased a replacer mod. No particular reason why, just I guess I tend to be a little more content focused. But there's been a ton of great graphics replaces, especially this year in 2025. And today we're taking a look at Ebony Reforged by Articus. And as you might expect with that name, this particular mod replaces the models and textures for all things related to Ebony. But it's worth quickly noting here that Articus has been on just quite a roll recently with these graphics replaces, releasing 28 new mods in 2025 alone. From 2K resolution retextures of the Hlaalu, Telvanni, and Redoran texture sets, to a complete replacer package for all things related to the Tribunal Temple, including Ordinata armor, to priest robes, Velothi architecture, and just everything in between. A replacer for Daedric armor and weapons, to a wholly remade Dwemer armor set, and a completely redone glass armor set, and far more besides. Articus has released quite a bit this year. We'll probably do a longer showcase video at some point just looking at all those replaces in more detail. But for now, getting back to the mod at hand, Ebony Reforged covers everything related to Ebony, replacing Ebony armor, weapons, and even the game's Ebony ingredients and ore nodes, replacing both the textures and models with new, higher resolution variants that are, still in the same vein as the vanilla game, but obviously just a much higher quality. You can see the vanilla game Ebony armor just right here. It's got that primary black color of Ebony, mixed with vague gold leaf outlines and details. But obviously, since it was made in 2002, it's pretty low resolution. And personally, I think the pauldrons look just a bit weird in the vanilla game. Maybe that's just me, but there's something off about them that just strikes me as a bit odd. And here you can see the Ebony armor from Ebony Reforged. It's clearly just higher resolution, with a lot more intricate details, with an enhanced gold leaf pattern. Again, this is clearly in the same style as Vanilla Morrowind. But my oh my, this armor is far more gorgeous. And not only do you have that enhanced gold leaf pattern decorating the armor and standing out beautifully against that primary black hue, but you've also got these natural looking veins of gold streaking across the chest plate, greaves, and shield. It's quite nice. The helm has also been enhanced with a cowl and feather, both nicely rendered here. And also just check out those pauldrons. They fit in much better with the rest of the armor set here. Especially when compared to, again, the vanilla armor set. And the shields, just look at those shields. Both the regular round shield and the tower shield look absolutely superb with Ebony Reforged. Way better than their vanilla counterparts. I positively love the new redesign. But moving on, this also of course covers Ebony weapons, including everything from the war axe to the broadsword, spear, staff, mace, longsword, darts, throwing stars, and just everything else. You can see the vanilla versions of these weapons just right here. And honestly, the vanilla game Ebony weapons they're pretty good actually, in terms of aesthetics. They were probably one of my favourite weapon sets in Vanilla Morrowind, and I think they look a lot better than the vanilla Ebony armor. Especially, again, those pauldrons. I hate those pauldrons, but I love those swords. Those are some good swords. And here is Ebony Reforged. Still largely in keeping with the vanilla aesthetic, but with a bit more detailing and obviously higher resolution. I think the spear and staff look especially nice here. But again, they're all basically in keeping with what you might expect from, Ebony style weapons. Now, as previously mentioned, this also replaces the raw Ebony ingredients, the ore that you can collect in the vanilla game. And real quick, here's the vanilla raw ebony ore. And now here's the version from Ebony Reforged. It's a rather stark contrast, I think. Clearly the Ebony Reforged version is much higher resolution, and also has those lovely little gold streaks in the ore that I think add to the appeal, and also works as a nice comparison to the ebony armor, which has those same gold streaks and veins running through it. Likewise, this replacer also covers the ebony ore nodes, found in various mines and dungeons across Vardenfell. You can see the vanilla version here. Basically, it was just a regular rock, with bits of purple just, streaking through. Nothing too exciting. And here you can see the version from Ebony Reforged. It's a pretty big difference. Ebony Reforged turns the entire ore node into a giant chunk of raw ebony ore, with those same golden veins just streaking right through. You'll also note that they do just glow a bit, which I'm personally I'm just a bit iffy on, The texture and model look great, but the glow does make it stand out a bit in Morrowind's vanilla caves. I imagine it probably would, look better with maybe SVNR's cavern replaces, but, that's just my take on it. Finally, though, there's also a new Dunmer face and hairstyle. But otherwise, that's pretty much everything. Again, I think this is a pretty scenic replacer for the ebony armor, weapon, and ore sets. Though, obviously, when it comes to graphics, everyone has their own opinion. But I do like what Ebony Reforged does. And if you're looking to spice up the ebony gear in your game, I'd recommend giving it a try. But that's all for now, so, as always, I've been your host, Golf Guy. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.